All right. Good afternoon, folks. We are now back after I missed Monday here. I had some computer problems, but now they have been rectified with a new computer. We're going to continue working on Archaon, and now we're going to be working on his mount's body. And in particular, today we're going to focus on this blue side. There's a blue side to his body and a red side to his body. And what we have on him right now was done with a combination of spray and with airbrush. But essentially, we started out with some Vallejo black and then some Vallejo gray to give it a zenithal from the side. And then I came back over it with a Vallejo blue and then a lighter blue. And so now we have what we see here. Today, though, we're going to put in our details. So that means drawing in our shadows. And our shadows are going to fall along the undersides of this because this light is coming here from this side. So you're going to see the shadow up from here. And then we're going to be putting in our highlights. The color that you see here is our midtone. And so this is what we're going to see the most of. We're also going to come in and fill out a lot of this detail down through here. This is a pretty large area on this model, and so we're going to have to just see how far we get today. You'll definitely get the gist of what I'm trying to do, but whatever we don't finish today on camera for the blue part here, I will finish off camera, and then the next stream, we're going to work on the other side. Then after that, we'll probably work on details, and then this model is going to be done. That's just going to be cleaning up some of the area around the base where he's attached, working on some of the smaller things. You really could spend almost any amount of time on a model this size. It is truly gigantic. And so it's really up to you how nice you want this to look. This is a centerpiece model for the army, and I think almost in any army, this would be a centerpiece model. So you're probably going to want to take your time and make sure you get it the way you'd like it. But without further ado, we're going to start painting. So here for our shadows, I have chosen Army Painter Dark Sky here. So that's what we're going to be using for our shadows, which I'm going to draw in first. We're going to take our shadows, we're then going to blend in a Mediterranean blue here, which is almost a perfect match to this Vallejo blue. And then we're going to slowly work up our highlights with Soltec Green by Citadel and Lothrian Blue. And then for our shades today, I'm going to be using some Army Painter White and Black Matte. So let's take a look here. This is actually really difficult to show you guys. This model is really so big. I would normally want to hold this model straight up and down, and I would kind of cradle it in my arms, almost like a child. But here, so you can see, and so I can actually get in here around the camera, I'm going to have to put it in this way. So it is a little bit strange to paint it like this, and I'm going to have to kind of double think everything I do to make sure that I'm putting shadows in the correct location. But here we are. So I'm going to look at it one more time so I can see the blue is going to be coming from that side. So we're going to put in our shadows along the base of things. So that means we're going to come in here, make sure my paint is still wet on my brush. And we're going to put our shadows in starting from here. Now, this is really going to help us here to be able to see these transitions. So this is going to be quite nice for readability, which is something that we would like, even in these really large models. It's something to really make sure that you're working on. Now we're going to start our highlighting process. We're going to do that with some Soltec green. So we're going to get our Soltec green down on our palette. And we may come back and blend in some more of our shadows. It really just depends. Here you can see where I'm highlighting these scales. I have applied the Soltec green all around the model here, any place that's higher. I've outlined a lot of the places here, and you can see now we're really starting to come together as far as what the details on this look like. So now I'm actually going to move on to using our Lothrian blue. Our Lothrian blue has been applied to the highest areas. And so this is really bringing out the contrast between the areas of shadow and the areas that are the lightest. I'm going to turn it like this again because that's going to really help you see it, the way the light falls on it. But this continues to highlight out those areas. I'm going to continue working here. This is with a first pass of our Lothrian, and we're going to continue to go through with more Lothrian here, and we're going to really strengthen some of these areas to bring it out a bit more. And here we are a few more minutes later, after I've come back, strengthen the Lothrian. This down here. And so now you can see, let's go ahead and dim this slightly. There we go. And you can see how these details just continue to pop out as I layer in lighter and lighter paint. Now I'm going to come through and I'm going to add a little bit of white here to my Lothrian. And I'm going to give everything just a final edge highlight. And I'm going to do that using WizKids Multipurpose. And for this type of paint, I'm actually going to grab my Liquitex Heavy Body Acrylic. So it's been about 2 hours here in total. And we have our final edge highlight on here. I'm going to go ahead and decrease the light down here so you can see. So there's definitely a lot of other places that are going to need this edge highlight, but off camera, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this. You can see what's happening is we're just layering the paints on, slowly building up that color, building up the brightness. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me today. We will have a video that comes out this Friday.